Hello and welcome to the Adaptive Health mini-series. I'm so excited to have you here today, and I can't wait to share with you a couple of different ways that you can start adapting your lifestyle so that you don't have to feel like there's so much rigidity all the time in the things that we do. Over the next 3 days, I'm going to be sending you a couple of videos, and each one is going to focus on a specific area of your life that you can make these adaptations on. So today's video is going to be about adapting our morning routine. And I've talked about it a bunch of times before, but I read this book maybe a year ago, maybe a little more, called The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. And I just absolutely loved it because it's all about how we can incorporate personal development into our regular every single day. And that's one thing that I think as a society, as moms, as just individuals who are trying to be part of the world, that we put aside personal development. And we have these goals for ourselves, like graduate high school or graduate college or get your dream job. But then once we get to those points, it's very easy to just kind of stop and then go on autopilot. And I think as really it's just kind of boring, right? That if we're not increasing our own personal development or spending a little bit of time each day developing ourselves, then we just kind of stay the same and we don't really have that evolvement of our life that we could have if we allow ourselves to do these like little bit of developmental things every day. And really that's what the book is about. Even more than having like a specific morning routine, or even more than like having it be some miracle of like, this is going to change your life forever, which it totally will. But there's all these other kind of smaller aspects to it too, which are really boiling down to things like self-love and self-care and self-preservation by developing ourselves throughout this process of our life. So when I first read the book, The Miracle Morning, I got really excited because I really wanted to incorporate his whole practice. His acronym is called SAVERS, and each one stands for this little element that you do during each part of your 20 minutes in the morning or 1 hour in the morning or whatever it is that you end up giving yourself. And I was really gung-ho about it and really excited, and I went ahead and started his 30-day challenge. And what I quickly realized is that having a very strict or stringent morning routine just really didn't work for me because I'm a mom. I'm constantly being challenged each day by what my tasks are and what things I have to accomplish just in order to keep my day running successfully. And what I found is that I could kind of make my own little morning routine that allowed me to still increase and grow in personal development, but also allowed me to complete some of the chores that I needed to do every day. So that included things like walking my dog, but I used that time as personal reflection and planning my day and really thinking intentionally about the things that I wanted to happen that day and how I wanted them to go that day. And that takes the place of one of Hal Elrod's acronym in SAVERS, which was trying to plan out your day and really being intentional about how you're living your life. So even though I wasn't sitting and doing exactly the same practice he recommended, I was still getting those aspects of personal development. Well, here comes the adaptive part of it. I found out that I was pregnant right about 4 weeks into my new morning routine, and that radically shifted my life. I was waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning with insomnia. I was having horrible gallbladder attacks where all of a sudden I was just like sicker than I'd ever been in my life, and this was happening at like 2 to 4 a.m. So by 6 or 7 a.m. when my alarm clock would go off for me to do my morning routine, there was just no way that was going to happen. I was exhausted, and it wasn't worth taking energy away from myself to grow in any way for personal development, because then you're hindering your abilities rather than making yourself happier, healthier, and feel better. So instead, I started adapting little things into my day that I could conceivably still call a morning routine or a routine, but it didn't necessarily have to all happen at one time. It didn't all have to be in a 1 hour period, and it doesn't necessarily have to happen in the morning. For me, I need to have some type of breathing time or meditation time throughout the day. That I take right in the morning before I even get out of my room, because I don't want anybody to see me before I have my time to kind of reconnect, get some understanding of what I want for my day, and then face the world. I found that if I just jump out of bed and start making decisions, I was always kind of shooting from the hip and not really having any kind of plan. I hated feeling like I had to put fires out all day long. And when I take that extra few minutes for myself in the morning before I even leave my bedroom, I find that I feel like I'm in front of things, that I'm ahead of things, and that I have the energy to deal with whatever it is that I need to face. So that was the start of my new morning routine. And I needed to be able to adapt as my life started to change. So now, being pregnant, I had to fit the different things that I wanted to have personal development throughout my day. I love to read. I love to read books that are teaching me something new about myself. So like The Miracle Morning, I recently read a book called Game Changers by Dave Asprey, the creator of the Bulletproof Diet. And every single chapter in that book was about a different way that you can increase personal development, which was right up my alley. So that was perfect for me. So if I spend a little bit of time every day reading or listening to a book or listening to a podcast, I'm counting that as part of my personal development and part of my miracle morning, because it's part of growing and expressing our brains in a new way and challenging ourselves. So now I've added things like getting a little bit of reading time and getting outside in nature, at least breathing or walking outside for a few minutes every day, as well as my morning meditation practice. Now, as I started to adapt and started to allow myself to see beyond the fact that a morning routine doesn't have to take place in the morning, it doesn't have to be any length of time, and it doesn't have to check any necessary boxes for anybody else. It just has to fulfill your need for personal development, as well as kind of fill your cup up with energy so that you can deal with whatever it is that you have to deal with for the day. So, in order to create an adaptive morning routine or any time of day routine, maybe you have free time between 11 and 11:30 every single day, and that could be filled with reading or journaling or affirmations or anything else that you feel like would be growth for yourself. So the first thing you need to do is make yourself a list. And this could be anything that makes you feel charged up, feel good, and feel like you've done something growth related for yourself. So if you like reading, put that on your list. If you like podcasts, put that on your list. If you like walking in nature or meditating or yoga or affirmations or what else? There's so many amazing things that you can do to grow your own personal development. So I want you to write those things down, make the list. And then once you write that list down, you can start to find time during your day to incorporate those things. And like I said, it doesn't have to take an hour, and it doesn't have to be in the morning. It could be in the evening. Maybe you're the kind of person who really enjoys taking 20, 30 minutes for yourself at night, and you can kind of shut your door, lock it up, and just say, like, this is my time. Maybe you want to do some journaling. Maybe you want to do some creative writing, and there's lots of prompts online that you can get if you're having a problem with like starting a journaling practice, if you wanted to but you don't really know what to do. I've seen a lot of amazing journals now that they even have like a little prompt that you can say, you know, what am I grateful for today, or what were 5 amazing things that happened today, and incorporating those into your life, whether it maybe takes you 5 minutes a day or 10 minutes a day, is going to start this domino effect of self-care as well as personal development. So we're growing as human beings, we're feeling amazing about ourselves, and we're taking care of ourselves so that we really have the energy to give back to the people in our lives and the people that need us the most. Okay, so adaptive morning routine, just to recap. Amazing book, The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. If you haven't read it yet, it's a super short book and it has a lot of great ideas, But don't take it as something that has to be so strict. We can be more adaptive in our life, where as things grow and as our seasons change, whether that be, seasons, winter, spring, summer, fall, or the seasons of our life, pregnancy, new motherhood, having new jobs, new relationships, all of those things require us to change a little bit of who we are and adapt and to grow. And without adapting a little bit, we never have any kind of growth or change. And we need that throughout our lives to be able to learn and expand ourselves. So keep going. I'm so excited to have you guys on this adaptive journey, and please tune in for tomorrow's video where we're going to talk about adaptive diets during the different seasons of your life. I can't wait to see you guys on the next video. Write that list out of all the things that you can do for personal development. If you share it on Instagram or if you send it to me in a message, I'll put you in a drawing to win a free signed copy of my book. I'm really looking forward to you guys telling me what you guys are doing, because maybe it'll help me to even incorporate some new things into my adaptive morning routine as my life changes yet again with adding a third kid in just a couple of weeks. So I'm assuming more adaptation is coming my way. Have a great day, you guys. Enjoy the challenge, and I'll see you on the next video.